What's going on Facebook? What's going on Facebook? What's going on YouTube? What's going on Facebook? What's going on YouTube? ISUPK Canada, Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Under the authority of Commanding General Yohana since 1969. Since 1969, we've been teaching the truth that all blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are the Israelites. What we have to say today is this: the coronavirus is pregame for World War III. World War III is coming here in America. If you can hear me, press 1. You can hear me, press 1. All right? This is what's coming here on this earth. Okay? That's what's coming. This is what's coming on this earth: coronavirus, death, and destruction. The link was sent. The link was sent to all occupants to get in. All right. Link was sent to the occupant to get in. You should be able to see my screen, but nonetheless, Facebook. I don't think Facebook can. If you have questions, type them in. Questions, type them in. All right. Bear with me 1 second. All right. Like and share the video on Facebook. All right. Check us out, ISUPK Canada. Check us out, ISUPK.com. All right. ISUPK.com. All right. Should be better. Using the mic this week, just so my voice is amplified here a little bit. All right. Sign in link was posted. If you don't have a Hebrew name, sign the hell in. If you don't have a Hebrew name, sign the hell in. All right. I posted it twice to YouTube. I just posted it to Facebook. If you're on Facebook, you don't have a Hebrew name, sign the hell in. This is this live class, man. This is the live class. ISUPK Canada mandatory scripture breakdown class. What's going on, Troopers of Badia?
Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatha.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatha. All right. What's going on to the brothers? What's going on to the sisters as well? All right. I'm going to go through the questions that I had last week that I wasn't able to answer. All right. If you can hear me and see me clearly, press 1. If you can hear me and see me clearly, press 1. All right.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
It is kind of low, and I have my laptop up like all the way.
My voice is low. Is it low now?
Khan, sir, it's kind of low and it's kind of distorted.
Okay. How about now?
It sounds a little better. Can you speak again?
Probably. Yeah. How about now?
Salakia, I can't hear anything.
Okay. Wait 1 second. How about now? Can you hear me better?
So, Khan, sir, I can hear you a little better.
Hold on 1 second.
It is still kind of low, though, sir.
How about now? Is it better now?
Khan, I don't want Khan, sir. It's better.
Okay. All right. Well, let me change that on Facebook as well. All right. Bear with me 1 second on Facebook. All right. Stream setting. Okay. It should be good to go there. All right. So let me try it again with the speaker. How am I with the speaker now? Is it better? Even louder?
Khan, sir.
Okay. Did you have any questions?
Salaki, I didn't hear anything.
Did you have any questions?
Khan, sir, I do have one question. It's not really on a topic like for a scripture breakdown, but I do have one question.
Go ahead.
Okay, sir. So earlier in the week I was having a conversation with a brother, and we usually speak a lot, and we were basically speaking about the Tower of Babel and the ruins that they have pictures of some stones and like on a mountain or like some type of hill, and they're trying to say these are the ruins of the Tower of Babel. So I wanted to know how accurate is that information.
Okay, yeah. Another brother asked me that question. I can't verify that. It doesn't say anything about the Tower of Babel, whether it was destroyed or not. It very well could be, but then again, who the hell cares? All right. Let's just do our research into it, and we'll see what comes of it. Many of those places that they're claiming are the original site of this and the site of that, the tomb of Isaac, tomb of Abraham, who the hell knows? I highly doubt it. To give them a point, I highly doubt that those are their tombs. To give them a point, that temple, like for example, the temple in Israel, that's not the original temple. All right, that temple, that wall they wail to, the wailing wall, that those fake Jews go and bob their head up and down and put little class notes. They slip notes into the wall. If you're slipping notes to a girl you like in primary school, that's not the wall of Solomon's temple. Okay, that's the wall of King Herod's temple. Solomon, the temple that Solomon built is inaccessible to archaeologists. The real temple is inaccessible to archaeologists. So whatever the hell they find over there, saying it's our Jerusalem temple, they're lying. Because now in their same breath, they'll say, oh, you don't know where the temple is. Or not, we don't know where the temple is. The temple is inaccessible. You understand? So who knows what that could be? I'll do research into it. Another brother asked me that. I didn't do research into it yet. All right, and I'll ask about it in class as well. All right.
Khan, sir. Salakia.
Uh-huh.
I had the same sentiments where I highly doubt that was the Tower of Babel. It's like years ago when I was in the world and I heard that the so-called Hamites over in Ethiopia are Jews, and they were saying, "Oh, we have the Ark of the Covenant in some type of structure that they built, and if you get close to it, they'll try to kill you or something like that." And even when I was in the world, I just knew that not to be accurate.
Yeah, where is the Ark of the Covenant?
The Ark of the Covenant is no man knows where the Ark of the Covenant is.
No, we do know where it is, and it's in the Bible as well.
Salakia, sir.
No problem. Do you know?
Shalom. So Yahweh Shem Yosha Barakah.
Yahweh Shem Yosha Barakah. Sadia, where is the Ark of the Covenant?
I believe, so like yes, sir, it is in the mountain of Jeremiah, if I remember.
In the mountains of Jeremiah, what precept?
So like it will give me a few seconds.
Go to second Maccabees. I'll grab it for time. Second Maccabees 2 and 4. All right. Second Maccabees 2 and 4.
Second Maccabees 2 and 4.
Hid the Ark of the Covenant long before Haile Selassie, long before the Rastafarians, long before Beta Israel, all the other BS. The Ark of the Covenant is not with the Ethiopians. The Ark of the Covenant is hidden in the mountain that Moses went up to. Mount Moab today. Mount Moab or Mount Horeb today. But there is a mountain to this day that you try to approach down. Saudi Arabian military covers the base of the mountain that got struck by lightning. Anybody remember that story? And the people were like, "Oh, we're all Israelites. We're all Israel. Let's go talk to God ourselves." They got scared to damn death. Okay, scared to death. They wanted to go see the Most High themselves. All right, Most High is at the top of the mountain. The top of the mountain is burned. That mountain to this day is protected by the
So okay, sir, I can't hear you.
They'll do it. You understand? Can everyone hear me?
Sir.
Audio's going bad. All right, bear with me 1 second.
Sir.
How about now? Can you hear me better now?
Come on, sir.
All right. Hopefully better now. It was not better. Sound is effed up. Yep, I got it now. All right. Hopefully sound is better. Everyone can hear me. All right. So the mountain is Mount Moab or Mount Horeb. There's a mountain in Saudi Arabia that the Saudi Arabian military protects to this day. It was in that mountain, the mountain that Moses went up to see the Most High, in the sense that, you got to see his hinder parts, got to see the Most High's glory, if you will, and receive the 10 Commandments written on tablets, the Most High handed down. The Roy Kelly's still not good. Does it sound any better now, Akim?
Khan, sir.
Come on, sir.
Come.
I'm gonna cancel this mic, all right? I'm gonna cancel this mic. I'm just gonna use I'll just use my voice, all right? Okay. I'm getting feedback. Bear with me a second. Feedback. You know what it might be? Might be one of my mics, my audio. How's the now? Is everyone?
Yeah, I'm hearing feedback, sir.
You said it's Tawab?
I'm hearing.
My computer's jammed up. It might gonna need a change. I'm gonna have to grab a speaker. All right. In any event, 2 Maccabees 2 and 4 tells you where the Ark of the Covenant is. Someone read it. All right.
Khan, I don't Khan.
Khan. Second Maccabees 2 and 4. It was also contained in the same writing that the prophet, being one of God, commanded the tabernacle and the ark to go with him, as he went forth into the mountain where Moses climbed up and saw the heritage of God.
Okay, everything is messed up. Bear with me 1 second. All right. I'm gonna cut this live and on Facebook. I'm gonna redo it. Trying to figure out what it could be. In the live video. Bear with me 1 second, all right? Trooper Duraj, give me the question you had last week about the shields of the princes or something like that in Psalm 47 and 9. Also, give me the even question you had last week, all right? Grab those two scriptures.
Khan.
All right, restart the live on Facebook. Okay, hold on. Start screen share. All right. 1 second. All right, Facebook should be back up and running. Is my sound better now?
Khan.
All right.
Khan.
Maccabees 2 and 4, read it again. Second Maccabees 2 and 4. Go.
Khan. Second Maccabees chapter 2 verse 4. It was also contained in the same writing that the prophet, being one of God, commanded the tabernacle and the ark to go with him, as he went forth into the mountain where Moses climbed up and saw the heritage of God.
The tabernacle and the ark is in the mountain where the heritage of God was seen. Mount Horeb, okay, I believe it's called in the Bible. I know you've heard the Ethiopians have the Ark of the Covenant. That is a lie according to the Bible. According to the Bible, it's in the mount where Moses saw the heritage of the Most High. Where did he get the heritage? Where did he see the heritage of the Most High? Where did he see the glory? He saw the glory in Mount Horeb. Mount Horeb is in Saudi Arabia, not Ethiopia. That's what the Ark of the Covenant is to Trooper Zavadia's statement, all right? And if you don't know something, I can ask, all right? You can ask, do we know what the Ark of the Covenant is? Or things like that, all right? We have a lot to learn, short amount of time, okay? Read on.
Khan. Verse 5. And when Jeremy came thither, he found an olive.
Who is Jeremy? Who knows? Anyone know? Who is Jeremy?
Is it the prophet Jeremy, sir?
Jeremy, yeah, okay. You just need some background.
Jeremiah, sir.
Yeah, it would be Jeremiah.
Jeremiah, sir.
Yeah, it's the Greek form of Jeremiah. That's what it is. That's what Jeremy is. It's like Jesus is the Greek form of Joshua, which is the English form of Yahushua. All right, Jeremy is the Greek form of Jeremiah. You see, when you read Isaiah in the New Testament, it's Elijah, it's Isaiah. Elias, I believe, is Elijah. All right, just when you translate it to the Greek, that's how it translates, etc. Okay, Jeremiah, prophet Jeremiah had the Ark of the Covenant hid. He had it hid in Mount Horeb in Saudi Arabia. Troopers of body, it's not in Ethiopia. This is the scripture to prove it. Go ahead.
He found a narrow cave wherein he laid the tabernacle and the ark and the altar of incense, and so stopped the door.
See that? He stopped it. Right now, the Ark of the Covenant, the tabernacle or the tent that was around before the temple is in a cave in Mount Horeb. That mount today is guarded by the Saudi Arabian military. Okay, they haven't found it. Okay, you can't go up there and just grab it. They haven't found it. I'm going to show you that in the scriptures. Keep reading, Adiyar.
Verse 6. And some of those that follow him came to mark the way, but they could not find it.
They could not what?
Find it.
They could not. They couldn't even find it. Okay, they couldn't even find it. Read on.
Verse 7. Which when Jeremy perceived, he blamed them, saying, as for their place, it shall be unknown until the time that God gathers his people again together and receive them into mercy.
You see that? That's 2 Maccabees chapter 2 and verse 5, and it reads, when Jeremy came thither, he found a hollow cave wherein he laid the tabernacle and the ark and the altar of incense, and so stopped the door. Verse 6. And some of those that followed him came to mark the way, but they could not find it. I mean, the men that went to go, bury it, couldn't even find it. Okay? The men that followed him couldn't even find it. Verse 7, when Jeremy perceived, he blamed them, saying, as for that place, it shall be unknown until the time that God gather his people again together and receive them unto mercy. The Ark of the Covenant, the tabernacle is hidden. It is hidden until we return as a nation. Okay? It is not in Ethiopia. Okay, that's a damn lie, according to the Bible. It's not in Ethiopia. It's not in, Europe. It's not in Scandinavia. Ark of the Covenant, the tabernacle, and the altar that we sacrificed on is in a cave somewhere in Mount Moab. And it's not going to be brought out. No one's going to find it, okay, until the Most High brings us back in mercy. Everyone understand? Okay, so the Ark of the Covenant is not in Ethiopia. Okay, Nipsey Hussle doesn't have any part in the Ark of the Covenant. Him or Haile Selassie or the bobbleheads. Okay, so-called Ethiopians. Barack Obama, his daughters, none of them. Okay, give me Psalm 47:9. Your question from last week, Trooper Daraj. Okay. Facebook. If you have any questions, type them in. Facebook, type your questions in. All right. Go ahead.
Salakid, I had a question about the Ark. Do you want me to save it for later?
Go ahead and ask it now.
Okay, I was just wondering if what you're explaining about the ark not being found, does that have anything to do with Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 16?
Read it.
And it shall come to pass when ye be multiplied and increased in the land, in those days saith the Lord, they shall say no more the ark of the covenant of the Lord, neither shall it come to mind, neither shall they remember it, neither shall they visit it, neither shall that be done anymore.
No, that's speaking about the that's speaking about the covenant of sacrifice, if you will. All right, that's what that's speaking about. It's speaking about the sacrifice. Okay, the Ark of the Covenant, literally, we will have it. Right. That's not necessarily talking about it's not talking about the Ark of the Covenant literally. All right, that's not that. That can't be used to say that it wouldn't be found, because this is saying we wouldn't remember it anymore. Meaning, the covenant that was made with our forefathers, we're not going to remember anymore. Precept is Jeremiah 31 and 31 through 33. I make a new covenant with them. Okay, and the law will be written in our inward parts. Okay, the law of, the letter being written and you reading it, meaning in the sense of you having to be taught the law as seriously as you have to be taught now. It's not going to be done in the kingdom. In the kingdom, you're going to know the law the same way you know Christmas, the same way you know how to roll blunts, the same way you know how to, steal and just do different things in Canada that no one had to teach you. You get my point? Nobody had to teach you. Okay. That's what the law is going to be. All right, so no, that's not a precept on that. All right, give me the princes. Just give me Psalm 47 and 9, the princes of the princes and shields. Give me that.
Khan. This is Psalms chapter 47, verse 9. The princes of the people are gathered together, even the people of the God of Abraham.
Princes of the people are gathered together, even the people of the God of Abraham. Who are Abraham's people? not seeds as of many, but one as of Christ, Yahushua, and Isaac shall thy seed be called. So this is talking about the people that came through Isaac, people that came through Israel or Jacob. Go ahead.
For the shields of the earth belong unto God.
Who are the shields of the earth? The shields of the earth are the defenders of the faith, the guardians of the truth. So-called Black, Latino, and Native American men are the shields of the earth. The scriptures say this in Psalm 82:6, ye are God. Your authorities. And authority you have to defend, and shield, and protect. You get my point? Your nation, your people. We're the shields of the earth. Okay? When we get back in power, animals are going to be, the scriptures say this, that the creature is waiting for the manifestation of the sons of God, the sons of the Most High. Squirrels are waiting for you to put down blunts. Okay? Squirrels and spiders and the dirt, the plants, waiting for you to come back to back to the Creator, back to the truth. Keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. Okay? Why? Because when you're in charge, listen, there won't be a tabernacle of robbers over them. You get my point? There won't be a man that moves the ancient landmark. You got two groups of Moabites living together. The devil comes in and he says, no, you're North Koreans, you're South Koreans. Then he goes fighting and killing each other. The Arabs were living in different tribes, Arabic tribes. The British come, no, you're Saudi Arabians, you're Iraqis, you're Iranians, you are Lebanese, Syrian, etc. And he made the lands we now know of as Lebanon and Syria. He carved those lines out, okay? And because of that, everybody hates each other and wants to kill each other, okay? Because those aren't the lines their fathers had or the lines they respected, okay? So we're the shields of the earth. We're the guardians of the earth. That's what that's talking about, all right? Give me the precept about that. It was about Eden, the scepter of Eden.
Oh, come.
Anybody else have any other questions? Hold your questions, all right? Facebook, you can go over to YouTube to see the brothers as well. Facebook, you can go over to YouTube, all right? For the full video, all right? If you will. Go ahead.
Khan. This is the book of Amos, chapter Salaki, one second. Salaki, I think it's chapter 5. Let me just double check.
Yeah, kind of. I can use a side note as well. We got camp next week in Montreal. I'll put an event out on Facebook. Camp is going to be next week in Montreal. I got to get with you guys about the chairs as well. All right, we're gonna have chairs for camp and stuff like that. All right. Read the scripture.
Khan. This is Amos chapter 1 verse 5. I will break also the bar of Damascus and cut off the inhabitant from the plain of Aven, and him that holdeth the scepter from the house of Eden, and the people of Syria shall go into captivity unto Kir, saith the Lord.
Yeah, so these people are going to be destroyed. They're going to lose their power. Who is him to hold the scepter from Eden? That's talking about the Assyrians. Okay, the Assyrians are a very powerful kingdom that ran what was known during the time of Adam as the Garden of Eden. Okay, they hold the scepter. They dominate the Garden of Eden. They were a very powerful kingdom like the Assyrians. They were the tree of good and evil. They were the tree that they weren't supposed to eat from. They had the knowledge and the culture that Adam and Eve were not supposed to take in. Because they took it in, they knew the Most High's good side and his bad side. They had the knowledge of good and evil. They knew what it was like to do what the Most High said, and they knew what it was like to be punished for doing evil. It was like, we know what it's like to be a good son, and then we know what it's like to be a crackhead, to be a bucket. We know what it's like to get thrown in the bins. We know what it's like to lose everything. You get my point? What it's like to get robbed. Okay? Kavoy Kelly, we're online right now. The Montreal libraries are closed as a last report that I got. All right, so we tune in online right now. All right, we'll have a physical building soon. All right, Kavoy Kelly, just keep tuning in. Change your life, and you can become a part of it. All right. Him that hold the scepter from Eden is talking about the Assyrians. Okay. Any other questions?
Khan.
Go ahead, Urad.
So, like, sir, if I could, on Tobit chapter 6. Can I get a breakdown from chapter 6, verse 4, all the way to verse 7?
Yeah, you can. Tobit 6, can you read? Tobit 6, 4 to 7. All right, you can start reading.
This is Tobit 6 in the Apocrypha. Verse 4. To whom the angel said, open the fish and take the heart and the liver and the gall and put them up safely. So the young man did as the angel commanded him. And when they had roasted the fish, they did eat it. Then they both went on their way till they drew near to
Ecbatane.
Verse 6. Then the young man said to the angel, Brother Azarias, to what use is the heart and the liver and the gall for the fish? And he said unto him, touching the heart and the liver, if a devil or an evil spirit trouble any, we must make a smoke thereof before the man or the woman, and the party shall be no more vexed. So my question is, like, do we still perform these kind of would that work nowadays?
No, there is no need to take fish liver and fish heart to get the demon out of your wife. Okay, if that's what you're asking. Okay, you don't need to burn fish liver and fish hearts. You don't need to do that today. What is the point? What's the point? Why is Tobit? Why is he told Tobit to Tobias? I believe it's Tobit. Why is he being told to burn fish, burn the organs? Take a guess.
So it says that because the woman had an evil spirit, to remove the evil spirit of the woman that was killing her husband.
Okay. Anyone else?
Salaki, if I may, I'm not sure if this is a bit of a stretch, but is it possible that it's the burning of the insides of this fish? Is that a representation of like the inward work you're supposed to do on yourself?
No, no, it's not that deep. No. Okay, the point of the liver, like, okay, the angel could have used anything. He could use the liver. He could have told him to burn wood. He could have told him to burn frankincense and myrrh. The point is obedience. In order to cast demons out, you're going to have to be a man that can take orders yourself. That's how it works. Okay, he was told to cast a demon out of this woman. You did this. Okay, burn the fish liver and all that. Now, Christ and his apostles were given the power to cast out evil spirits. You get my point? You have, through being in this class, have the ability to cast out demons. You don't need fish liver. You don't need, burn all, the gall and all that. The point is you have to take orders. And the woman has to be willing to be healed. In order for the demon to be cast out, you have to be willing to be healed. Precept, being willing to be healed to get the demon cast out, or to be healed in general.
So like I said, go ahead, if I could. So we don't do this, what they were doing in this manner, to remove the organs of the fish and do some kind of nowadays, right?
No, there's no need to do that. All right.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
Could the precept be Salakia, sir? I don't exactly remember where the precept is, but it's where the men were trying to cast the demon out and the demon jumped on the men?
No.
Sir.
Acts 14 and 9. Acts 14 and 9 is the precept. Like, okay, this is not magical. Sarah had a demon on her that she did not want on her. Okay? And the angel who was with Tobit told him, you do these things with her in the bedchamber, and the demon will be cast out of her. What you need to get from that is that it takes a man that is willing to obey to cast demons out. That's all it is. That's all it's about. Nothing about fish livers, nothing about the heart that's special in that sense. He told him to do it and he did it. Now, Christ says this, I give you power to cast out evil spirits. He told you to do it, and so you go and do it. That's all. How do you do it? Like anything else. How do you fix a toilet? Who knows how to fix a toilet?
Salaki, sir, say it again. How to fix what?
How do you fix a toilet?
A toilet?
Yes.
Oh, plunge it.
Plunge it. Okay. How do you get good at fixing toilets?
Salaki.
How do you get good at fixing toilets? Who knows?
Salakia, you keep doing it.
Okay. How do you get good faster at fixing toilets? How do you become good at it quickly and quickly in the right way?
Oh, I know.
Good.
I can say you.
You know.
Righteous acts.
Huh?
You rehearse righteous acts.
You rehearse righteous acts. You go to for the context that I'm trying to get. You go to class.
So Salaki, sir, I got it.
Huh?
Keep practicing.
Say again, Tribute Rod.
You practice. You keep practicing.
You practice. You go to class. You go to class. Also, with another important one, fasting and prayer is important. You learn how to fast. You learn how to pray in the class. Coming to class and learning from the men over you is how you do it. Following the orders you were taught and you're told on how to do it, on how to cast demons out, and going to do it. That's how you do it. That's what Tobit did. Tobit listened, heard this man who was an angel, tell him, look, you got to take the heart, you got to take the organs and do it. The heart and organs, cast demon out of your woman. I don't need heart and organs. I follow the orders that Christ, Yahushua, gave us. Okay? And he gave us that power, that ability. He gave it to his disciples who were not always able to do it. They had to learn from Christ, from Yahushua, how to do it. Told them, look, this guy goes not out by fasting and prayer. He's talking how to do it. You want to know how to cast demons off your woman, you have to be taught. You have to learn how to cast demons off. It's a skill like fixing a chair. It's not magical. It's not, brothers, before you came to truth, you thought that was Harry Potter. Huzzah! And like this. And then that was it. That's not how casting demons work. Casting a demon, especially on a woman who is a weaker vessel, it's like this, constantly, all the time. You hear her voice change, or you hear his voice change, you start to get high-pitched, and go, you're not acting yourself. You ever notice that in people? That's, in many cases, because they have a demon on them. Casting it out is, you do it all, you've seen it happen often. Doing it is just like having any skill. You need training. And you need to be strong. You need to be strong. You can't go into the gym squatting 500 pounds. You have to be by fasting and prayer. You get my point, Trippy Rod? So the point is not the organs and stuff like that in itself. The point is that they gave an order to cast this demon out and he followed. Christ gave an order as well that this kind goes not out by fasting and by prayer. Do that. You learn from the men above you, like Peter and Andrew, John and James.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
If I may, is that the same thing that happened in Acts 19 when those men couldn't cast out the demon?
They could not cast out the demon. Okay, why couldn't they cast out the demon?
Because they weren't in the rank. They weren't in like the ranking order. Like they weren't trained up under the. Yeah.
They had their boots laced up, but they believed all Israelite groups are the truth. That's what they believe.
Right.
They don't need to be around falling out. They got their ass whooped. And what you're going to hear about is brothers, they don't come into the truth. Sisters, they don't come into the truth. They come into some Israelite group and end up dead in a field in the United Kingdom. Am I making this up? I'm not making this up. You need to be very careful on who you follow. That's in the damn Bible.
Right.
You're professionals, okay? You've been doing this since, again, 1969. Your group, not your group, the group, everyone sees it equal. They've been around, 2003? They've been around all this time. Okay? 1969 is the truth. that has been here, and if you want to become a professional, proficient in your craft, you come here. All right.
Right.
The point of that is obedience. You sum it up in one word. If that was what you do, then now it's all that. The point was something and he did it. That's all. You have to learn how to cast demons out. You need to take the teaching that you're given on it. All right. Fasting and prayer helps. Getting yourself spiritually stronger helps, which is why I said come to class. Okay, come to class, get you stronger. It gets your spirit stronger, much like lifting weights strengthens your carnal body, your skeletal system, skeletal muscle, etc. Coming to class strengthens the you that you cannot do. Everyone understand?
Right.
Right.
Okay. God. So that's the breakdown on that Tobit 6. So he went ahead and did it, and he came out of it. You do it through the teaching, baptism, through washing of water, and the word. You do it through the teaching. Okay? You talk, you speak it out of people. That's what you're going to do. You're going to talk to people, and the demon will lead them to know you.
Water.
Any other questions?
So, just to select you, sir.
Go ahead.
Continue on the question in the same chapter. The angel was an actual man, correct?
No, he was an angel. He was literally an angel.
Oh, okay. So he wasn't an actual physical. He didn't go to the town with Tobias.
No, he for sure. He for sure did. But he was not a terrestrial. He was not a man like you or I. That was an angel. That was the archangel Raphael. He's an angel of the Most High. But he appeared to Tobit as a man. The angels they're not bound by physical laws. They can cloak themselves. You can't see them. They can be as tall as the sky. That's in Revelation. John saw an angel that was as tall as the clouds, and he had a rainbow above his clouds. You know what I'm talking about? So the angels can appear that large, or they can appear as young men. That's the second maximum. They appeared as young men. A devil they knocked the white man out. Okay, the book of Maccabees. They put hands on him and scourged him until he was unconscious. Okay, they appeared as young men. Okay, in beautiful studded garments. Okay, and beat the brakes off of them. All right, and there's in Ezekiel, the first chapter, they appeared as scary beasts with wings and 4 faces. You understand, Trooper Urad? Yeah, Genesis 19, they appeared as men as well. Okay, so they can appear however they want in that sense, as men, 4 faces, wings, or whatever. They're not men the way we are. Okay, they're spirit. All right.
So, like you, sir, there's some feedback going on in the background.
Say again.
There's feedback.
Feedback?
Yeah, there's feedback happening.
Like I'll have this fixed next week. I think my computer audio is going on me. All right. Let me switch it back to the camera. All right. Well, it is the camera. How's it sound now? Is there still feedback, Akim?
That sounds pretty good, other one.
Slack, it's just feedback.
Hold on 1 second.
It's kind of like an echo.
It's an echo. Okay.
Sir, it almost sounds like there's somebody playing something in the background, and it's like there's like a background noise in the background of it.
Okay.
In some room, maybe, perhaps.
No.
Salakia, sir, I'll send you a message on WhatsApp.
Okay, go on. Bear with me 1 second, all right? Daughter Zion, I'm going to answer your questions. All right, please give me a second, okay? all right, man. Yeah. I'm getting messed up. All right, so if you're not speaking, put yourself on mute, all right? So we can eliminate background noise. When you're ready to speak, take yourself off mute, all right? To cut down the background, because there's like six different people in here. Okay, Daughter of Zion asked, and also if Akib, if you can't hear me, just take yourself off mute and let me know. Don't let me just talk to myself, all right? Daughter of Zion asked question, what if the woman has demons on her and she goes to her husband, but he isn't ready to learn how to cast it out? What does the woman do? The woman goes to the school and gets counsel. That's what the woman does. You can go get counsel. It's not unlawful. All right. The demons can still be casted out of you. Okay. Even though your husband isn't ready. I'm not so sure what the husband being ready means. All right. What it could be is that a little bit that he's trying to give you, you're not taking heed to as well. So you have to be careful about that as well. All right. Okay. Any other questions online? Type your questions in. Questions in the room. Go ahead. Let's have it.
Khan, sir, I have a question.
Go ahead.
So my question is in 1 Kings chapter 2 and verse, well, I guess you could start from like verse 12 or 13, and basically, why did Solomon have his brother Adonijah killed? Because he asked for a certain woman.
Bear with me 1 second. 1 Kings 2. You said verse 13?
Yeah, starts at about 13, sir. It's a lot of verses in context, but I'm not sure what's going on.
Okay. Bear with me 1 second.
No sweat, sir.
Are you talking about on down to verse 25?
Khan, sir.
Okay, he had to put to death because he's thinking that this cat's going to take the throne from him. Bear with me 1 second. Let me see if there's some background I can get on it in the short time we have. All right, bear with me 1 second.
That's what I assumed. I was thinking like, well, he's already trying to get his woman. Maybe he's worried he's going to try to take the kingdom, but I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, this cat is trying to take the kingdom from Solomon. You get my point? You cannot do that. You cannot usurp authority over a man who the Lord gave authority to. That's a big mistake. Okay, and Solomon rightfully had him put to death. What is the precept? The law in the Bible. It's a law in the Bible. All right.
The law?
Yeah. Give me Exodus 20. Hold on 1 second. Matter of fact, Trooper Rod, read Acts 14 and 9 on the topic of what I was saying about he's not in. When in any event, Acts 14 and 9, Paul perceived that the man he was speaking to had faith to be healed. In order for a demon to be cast out as well, the person has to want it out. How do I translate that into the physical world? To what you can see and what's tangible with you? In order for someone to get off of drugs, to stop smoking weed, they have to want to stop smoking weed. Does everyone understand that? You take what's spiritual, what's something it can seem abstract, you just liken it to the physical world, the carnal world. What's happening spiritually is there's a demon on a person that's trying to get them to die. In the physical world, what you see is they're smoking cigarettes, or they're smoking weed, or they're buying prostitutes. In reality, there is a voice in their head that is trying to get them to kill themselves. Okay, it's the precept all of the Bible about lying spirits. Everyone knows about that. about spirits that get into your ear to get you to fall, to die, just like they did to Ahab and his men. You understand? So that's what a demon is. That's any addiction, vice, or any sin or evil that someone's committing. There's something in them that wants to die. That's carnal. Okay, that's absolutely carnal. Something in you just want to die. Something that happened to you when you were young, and your coping mechanism was to smoke weed, or is being oppressed and stressed in this place, in this kingdom, in this hell called Canada, and your coping mechanism is to kill yourself slowly through cigarettes, through weed, through prostitutes, or some other vice. All right, or some of you have, you drive like a maniac, driving 100 miles down the Queens Highway, the 401, doing 80. Everybody knows cats that do that. They want to wrap that car around a pole and die. Okay, they have a demon on them. Okay, physically you see it as a drinking problem, or they use drugs, they're a drug addict, or they steal. This is someone that wants to die. All right, and so in order to be healed, they have to have faith, believe that they can be healed, and believe that what the man is saying will happen to them. That's what Paul saw in this man. Paul saw in this man that he had faith. He believed that he could be healed, and he did it. In order for it to work, you have to want the demon off of you. You have to want to stop smoking weed. You have to want to stop smoking cigarettes, being a thief, etc. All right, to finish off Trooper Rod's question, 1 Kings chapter 2, the precept is revile not the gods. Give me that scripture.
This is Exodus 22, verse 28. Thou shalt not revile the gods, nor curse the ruler of thy people.
You can't revile the gods. You can't, hate and think of them as low, so low enough to take the kingdom from them. Listen, the cat, Trooper Darash, he knew the Lord gave him the kingdom. He said it to his mom. He said, the Lord gave Solomon the kingdom, and it's mine. He wanted it because he was the elder. But the Lord gave the kingdom to Solomon, Shalamai, the Hebrew. So he knew this cat was a leader, and he hated him enough to take what the Lord gave him. He reviled the king. You can't do that. That's a sin according to the Bible. And that made him liable to be put to damn death. Okay? So that's the precept there. You can't revile or hate a king. You can't stage an overthrow against the one the Lord put in charge. There will be no overthrow and coup d'etat against the one you call Christ. Okay? Against Yahushua. Okay? He'll have heads rolling, and it won't be murder. Why? Because he is the one the Lord put in charge.
Right.
And there will be no revolting against him, no reviling him to the point that you're going to take the kingdom from him. Okay, that's why you revolt from people, because you revile something what they do, their tyranny, or them as a person. You understand? And you can't do that to this day. Cat saying the ISUPK is this. The ISUPK is not the only one of the truth. You're not the home of the truth and all that. That is a sin. It's a sin. It's an absolute sin. Speaking against the men above you when it's wrong, it's not true. It's a sin. All right. It's a sin according to the Bible. It's just like eating pork. Speaking evil about commanding General Yohana is just like eating pork. Speaking evil about the men above you is just like eating pork. Now, if a man wrongs you, if you have an ought, you go to him and thee alone. Matthew 18 and 15. A man above you is I don't want to say it on class. If he is messing up, you go to him like a father. Okay, you go to him like a father, pull him aside. Hey, so like I know you thought it was great to grab this woman. You get my point? Have me grab her in the behind. Now I know of course if you're saying it might be great, sir, but it might you think that was okay? You think it was okay to do? That's how you speak to a man above you if he messes up. You understand? Pull him to the side and speak to him like a father. All right. So that was just an example of how you handle it, but you can't revile the gods, the rulers. Okay, and the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge are the rulers on earth a while Yahushua is away. When he comes, those that endure will be the 144,000. That's what we're training for. And reviling or hating us it's a sin according to the Bible. You always have prophets, rulers here on the earth, always. Okay, certainly in this day and age. Okay, when you didn't have one, the Lord set up who? Judges on the earth. Okay, and that's who we are. Okay, right. We were given the authority to occupy until Yahushua returns. All right, so that's why he had him killed. He was right to have him killed. Okay. All right. Disloyalty is something. It's just something that's disgusting. It's not an Israelite trait. It certainly should not have it. All right, and he learned the lesson the hard way. All right. Any other questions?
Khan, sir.
Go ahead.
Salaki, if I may, can I in Proverbs 6:26 okay, I'll just read it. Salakia. For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. What did it mean by when a man will be brought to a piece
I'm
of
glad
bread?
you asked this question. I'm glad you don't know what that means. What that means is a man is brought to a piece of bread. You ever seen the cartoons how they lose so much they're on the side of the road with the stick with the little bag on the end? That's what a whore will do. That's what a whore will do. That's what a whore will do. If you don't know, if you don't understand this, just go to family court Toronto. Family court, child support court on any day of the week. And you can see men get absolutely robbed by, in many cases, women with kids that are not even his, are not his. Okay? That woman is a whore. A woman that will put a man on child support is terrible. Okay? And she bring him to a piece of bread, to nothing. To bring someone to a piece of bread, it's like you strip everything from him. That's what a whore will do. A whore will strip everything from you. Go ask Will Smith. That's the only reason why Will Smith is staying with that damn dragon. Okay, Jada Pinkett Smith. She about 5'2", 90 pounds soaking wet. She might have been attracted 1 or 2 years out of her damn life, but she's a dragon. He knows if he leaves that dragon, that wench is going to strip him for everything that he has. 50% prenup, 50-50. Okay, you can tell he wants to kill the woman by how he's looking at her, but he can't do a damn thing about it because he's weak, and in his mind, he doesn't want to lose everything. That's what a whorish woman does. Whores, they'll go and travel with, Drake. Everybody heard of groupies, right? Groupies with every rapper. Every rapper is talking about how many women they have sex with. That's why they're going to be broke. Your favorite Toronto rapper is that's why he's broke or dead, shot. You hear about Toronto rappers getting killed. That's all the time. In some cases, they get with the wrong people, the wrong women, and are being set up. All right? We'll bring a whore. Now, this is not all women. A whore will bring you to nothing, absolutely destroy you. It is very unwise to have sex with a woman that is a whore. You give that counsel. I think I say that about every week. All right? Michael Van Beek. The title is that coronavirus is a pregame to World War III. You have warm-up before the soccer game, Trooper Daraj, you do your mobility work before you deadlift, before you squat. Well, coronavirus is the mobility work before World War III. It's the warm-up to World War III. And that's not magic. That's not Harry Potter nonsense. Listen, war is a great stimulant of the economy. Michael Van Beek, whatever. War is a great stimulant of the economy. They just lost billions of dollars. God forbid they had to give you free money in Canada, in the United States. They want your life, okay? And they want to get their money back. The only way they're going to get their money back now is through war. Like the Most High has made it. There's literally no other way to jumpstart the economy other than war. You might not have heard them mention it, but that's what it is. And we're going to go into Ezekiel, the 38th chapter, showing you World War III in the Bible. All right. Question? Any other questions? Am I missing anything?
I did have one more question.
Go ahead.
Can we use? I've asked you about a few scriptures concerning fake Israelites, Christians. Can we use 2 Peter 2 verse 10 to explain a fake Israelite?
2 Peter 2. Yeah. This is any cat saying, this is for people that say, you can't follow man. I heard that a few times.
Right.
That is ridiculous. Right. If you can't follow man, you can't read 2 Peter because Peter was a man. He walked around. He had a wife. He wanted to eat. He was hungry. Peter was hungry. He wasn't an angel. He was a man, and what he said was written in the Bible. Right? If he's a man, you should follow. Paul was a man. Paul said, I love the precept. Was it 1 Corinthians 11:3? Be ye followers of me. Paul said that out of his own mouth. Is he wrong? Is he demonic? Is he, terrible? Is he a terrorist? No. Why are we evil for saying that? We're evil for saying it. You call us evil for saying it the same way you call Moses evil for saying it. The prophets are back on the earth, and the people of Korah are back on the earth as well. The people that were with Jezebel are back on the earth as well. The Sadducee and Pharisee are back on the earth as well. And the vagabond Jews, people that thought they could do the work and get praised for it without the government, without Yahushua, Paul, without being under authority, they're back on the earth too. Let them do it, man. Let them have it. Okay, but that's for anyone who hates a man having a man to rule over them, kind of the one kind that disgusts them. They despise government. They're disgusting. People are absolutely disgusting.
So that's what I like, especially like as you just said, the part that says despise government, self-willed, like that just that's what really stuck out to me. And if I may, I want, concerning the topic of following a man, may I read a precept in Numbers?
Go ahead.
This is Numbers chapter 27, verse 15. And Moses spake unto the Lord, saying, let the Lord, the God, the God of the spirits of all flesh, set a man over the congregation.
There you go. That's an excellent precept. He said a man over the congregation, not a ghost, not a spirit. Listen, Yahushua, Christ, is he immaculately conceived? That's the only way we wouldn't be able to follow man. If he's immaculately conceived, then yeah, we shouldn't follow man then. He's a man on earth. You're going to tell me you're not going to follow him? I wouldn't say it to him. I wouldn't say it to him. Okay. Right. You damn well better understand that you're going to follow him. Okay. Yahushua left, he gave it to Peter. Peter gave it to Paul for the Gentiles, the Israelites outside of Jerusalem, outside of Israel. And you know a tree by its fruit. Okay. Know them by their works. Listen, they can believe whatever they want to believe. They just know this, that they'll be against me in the end. That's who they'll be against.
Right.
Against me, against Darash, against Zabadia, and we'll see who the Lord is with. That's all. All right. So they despise government's unclean, like to go to strip clubs. The strip club, one camp, they were talking outside of the strip club. Be live. And listen, in strip club hour, odd hours when those strip clubs are open, they outside the strip club. Yeah, you can come get with me. You can, not me, not in that shape you're in. And they're not fooling anybody. What do you think's going on after when the cameras are off?
Right.
They're going in there. Right. Okay, so don't let that nonsense fool you. All right, not in the truth. Okay, so any other questions? That being said, we're gonna go into Ezekiel 38. Ezekiel the 38th chapter. Woo! Listen, this chapter right here is how people know World War III is coming. When people see attacking Iran, people in general say World War III, World War III. You notice that? And that Iranian general gets killed, World War III, World War III. How do they know that? Because of the Bible. Because of what the Israelites were bringing out since 1969. You can type in Ezekiel 38 right now. Every pastor, this pastor, that pastor, bringing out Ezekiel 38 with the Iranians. That came from One West, ISUPK. Okay, we have brought the history out, the archaeology out. We're going to prove today Moscow is in Ezekiel 38. If you can read, Moscow is in Ezekiel 38. We're going to go into that. Russia, all that's in that chapter. Let's go. Ezekiel 38.
Book of Ezekiel 38. Verse 1. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog.
Against Gog, the land of Magog. Gog is the people, and Magog is the land that they occupy. Magog, coming from the Hebrew Magawag, which means of God, the land of God. Land of God was discussed in the scriptures or broken down as a northern hilly area. Okay, when you cross those Caucasus Mountains from the Holy Land the so-called Holy Land, the Middle East. What is north of there? Russia, Georgia, right? Going up past those mountains, the Black Sea, Caspian Sea. Gog are talking about a Japhetic people who are the ancestors, who are the original occupants of Russia. Why is it mentioning Japhetic people? Because the slave master, the devil, is a fugitive and a vagabond. He is a no people. You've heard that scripture before, right? By him that are a no people. They're not a people. So the Lord wouldn't describe him as a French, German, Spanish, because there was no France. There was no Germany. And there is no France. There is no Germany. The original Germans are the Polynesians. The original French are the Polynesians. The original Russians are the Aboriginal Australians, Polynesians, etc. They're the Japhites. The devil comes out of Isaac. Okay? His name is Esau. He's an Edomite. He's a no people. So they use Gog, Magog. You hear about Gomer. You hear about Togarmah. Those are the names of the people that lived in those lands. Okay, but Gog is not in Russia anymore. There are no more Japhetic people. They killed them off with the last group we'll call the Tartars. Okay, they killed them the hell off. They're not there anymore. Okay, the Aboriginal Europeans, they were gone. You can go and dig up their skulls cracked in during the Iron Age. The devil went in there during that period and later on with Alexander and murdered and slaughtered all the Aboriginals over there. I have in a book, okay, where they look at the skulls and the bodies of the ancient Europeans, find them to be exactly the same as the Aboriginals of Australia, Samoans, Polynesians. It's in a book, okay? Many books. I'll grab one book for next week. Or I'll make a short video about it as well. All right, the original Europeans were the Japhites. They were Aboriginals, Polynesians, etc. Okay, God is a descendant of Japhet. Here's the problem. The slave master, the devil, stole their land. And now he's the Russian. Now he's the German. He's the Ashkenazi. Ashkenaz, again, is a Japhite who they murdered, okay, and stole his damn name, okay? Gog, Magog, is talking about the people in the land. That's why it says the land of Magog. It's making a point. The people of that land. Who's in that land today? The Russians. The Lord told Ezekiel to set your face against the Russians. Okay? Set your face against them. Gog and Magog. What is the land of Magog? What was at one time called the Soviet Union, not what Russia is today. The Soviet Union, that's the land of Magog. Ukraine, Czechoslovakia, Serbia, Albania, Mongolia, going down into Manchuria, China. Okay, that whole region is the land of Magog. North Korea as well. Okay, all those nations are going to come back together under communism, under the Soviet Union, whatever it's going to be this time, and they're going to be powerful and mighty. All right, read on. Land of Magog, continue.
The chief prince of Meshech, and Tubal.
The chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. Okay, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. Give me 1 second. All right.
Gotcha.
So this is if you there's a book or a paper called the Kievan Synopsis. It's called the Kievan Synopsis. It was made in 1674. 1674. It reads. I grabbed the excerpt from Wikipedia. It reads, moreover, according to a legend first appearing in the Kievan Synopsis, 1674, Moskva, was founded by King Mosak, son of Japheth. Moskva, otherwise known as Moskva, was founded by King Mosak, son of Japheth. That is Meschek. Meschek is the ancient name of Moscow. See how it's similar? The Muscovites were descendants of a Japhetic people. Muscovy, the Muscovites, at one time were a Japhetic people. They founded that land called Moscow. It was founded by Japhites. That's in the Kievan Synopsis, 1674. I didn't make that up. I didn't go write that 20 minutes ago. That's in there. You can just go look it up on your own. Meshech it's a Wikipedia search. It's a simple Google search. Okay. That proves these things. Meshech is the ancient name of Moscow. He's called the chief prince of Meshech. Why? Where does Russia rule out of? Who knows? In modern day. Who knows? Somebody say it. Where does Russia rule out of? What's their capital city?
Moscow, sir.
Moscow. Okay, Moscow. Gog and Magog, the land of Russia, the chief prince of Meshech. They're the chief. When there's a Soviet Union, Moscow was the chief. That's the chief city. Moscow today. Okay, it was Stalingrad with Joseph Stalin. They moved it to Moscow. That's biblical prophecy. Meshech, chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. Why are Meshech and Tubal listed together? Because Meshech and Tubal were two Japhites that came out of Turkey. You can go check Josephus. You can check Bible dictionaries. Tubal was the ancient Turks, another group of Japhites that were overtaken by Hamites. Okay, excuse me. Another group of Japhites that moved out of Turkey. Hamites came into Turkey, and then Arabs that went in there, and then the Ottoman Turks. The Ottoman Turks are mostly Edomites. Okay, those are the people you see as North Africans today. Gaddafi. Those are all Greek babies. Okay, those are not North Africans. Many of them are devils. Okay, over there in North Africa posing. All right. In any event, Tubal and Meshech both came out of Turkey. Okay, if you look up a Genesis chapter 10 map. Matter of fact, let me get it for you, man. Genesis chapter 10. This map is important for this chapter. All right. Bear with me one second. All right, I'm going to share the screen with everybody. If you're on Facebook, go to YouTube so you can see me share the screen with everyone. All right. If you're on Facebook, go to YouTube so you can see me share the screen. All right. I like the one on Wikipedia. That most closely lines up with Josephus.
So, like, so you said chapter 10?
No, you don't have to go to Genesis chapter 10, but I'm just getting a Genesis chapter 10 map. All right, bear with me one second. I can't really see it. Can't really see it, but let me share it with you just so you can see. All right, bear with me one second. Let me share the screen. Boom. Okay, can everyone see this?
Go on, sir.
Okay, this is another good map. It's kind of hard to see though, but it says the world as known to the Hebrews according to the Mosaic account. So in any event, this is Rosh. Okay, Rosh became Russia, Ros, Rus, Russia. All right, that's the development of that term, that phrase, Russia. It says Magog right here. This is Russia. Okay. Gomer is here. All right, this is Genesis 10. Gomer, Dodanim, the ancient Greeks, the Ionians were Japhites, Ionians, the last Japhites in Greece before the devil came in. Ashkenaz was here. Gomer was also here. Togarmah was here. Madai, where you get the Medes from, they're over here. All right. Bear with me one second. But in any event, Tubal, you can't see it, but Tubal came from this area. Okay, this is Kittim, is another son of Japhet. Okay. Tubal was in this area, right over here. As a matter of fact, it's right there. See where my cursor is? That's it says Tubal, but Tubal. All right, Tubal, they were right next to Magog. Magog's over here, Meshech is over here, Magog over here, stretching to the Caucasus Mountains. They both went up into the land of Magog, called Rosh, and they later called it Rus, the kingdom of Rus, and then it's called Russia. All right. So that's why it says Tubal and Meshech, because they both originated in Turkey, and they both went up into Russia. Turkey and Russia, you're going to hear about them very soon. You heard about Turkey several years. You've been hearing about Turkey for years. Why? Because it's in the damn Bible. Ezekiel 38. Okay. Give me 1 second. It says the nation of Meshech was believed to have originated from the northeast of Asia Minor, particularly the area which Turkey now occupies. I just said, you just saw it on a map. Then they settled north and settled in Rosh. The land was called Rosh, and then it became known as Russia. Okay, that's what happened. And they were trading with Tubal and Javan, the Greeks and the ancient Turks of Japhet. So that's why I list them together. Okay, Meshech and Tubal, two similar people, both talking about the Russians. The chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, talking about Turkey and Russia. Okay, they're going to get together in a little shindig, and they're going to be active in World War III. Read on.
Ezekiel 38, verse 3. Selected verse 4. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sort of armor.
Okay, they're clothed with armor. Okay, they're not coming to hug and kiss. The Lord set his face against them, set his face against the Soviet Union, against Russia. Okay. And he's going to turn him back. The Lord wants Russia, along with America, destroyed. He's going to turn them back. He's going to put hooks in their jaws. Who knows what that means? I'm tired of hearing myself talk. Verse 4 says he'll put hooks in their jaws, talking about the Russians. What does that mean?
Salakia, sir. It means they're going into slavery.
No. Hooks in their jaws. A fish. Okay, just think of the analogy. The analogy is fishing. When you are fishing, what are the fish trying to do? It's about you.
Just trying to escape that hook.
Trying to escape. When you put that hook in him, what does he have no choice but to do?
To follow you, sir.
He has no choice but to follow. For years, the Russians did not want any smoke with America. You saw that with Ronald Reagan, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. Remember that? East and West Germany, or East and West Berlin. After when Stalin died, you had Gorbachev. They cut the Soviet Union down. They finished it. Okay, and they wanted no part of America for years. This cat named Vladimir Putin, president of Russia, they now are getting back into an aggressive posture with America, man. The Lord is turning Russia back where? Back towards America. They were heated. They were about 10 minutes from nuclear war in the 60s. Okay, and it was stopped. Why? Because the 144,000 hadn't been sealed yet. The truth hadn't even been back out on the earth yet. Okay, so that wasn't the time. But they almost went to full-scale nuclear war then. Okay, so it's like the Russians will come back into power, and they will be turned back to war. Okay, what by who? The Lord. The Lord put hooks in their jaws. The Lord has them back in this, hacking America, rigging the elections and all that. That rigging of the election to get Donald Trump in office is all part of the Most High's plan. The Most High wanted Donald Trump in office, okay, because he's just the proud man for the job of starting World War III. Okay, read on.
Khan, sir. Khan. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, and all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords.
All of them handling swords. They're not coming with flowers, okay, and chocolates and love me cards. They're coming with swords, with armor. This is talking about war right here. Russia's going to be turned back, and they're going to go back into the Middle East. They pulled out back into the Middle East to go to war. Russia's in Syria right now, helping that president with the giant ears, Bashar al-Assad, stay in power. You got skirmishes, okay, fighting over that president with the giant ears, Bashar al-Assad, killing and murdering his own people to stay in office. Russia wants to keep those ears in office. America wants those ears out. Okay, Bashir al-Assad. They fighting over him. You heard about the Syrian civil war for years. 400,000 people dead. 400,000 people in a country like Syria, a small country. Okay, it was a full-out war in that country. All right, and it was a Cold War. That's what it was. America supplied one side, Russia supplied another with Iran. Read on.
Sir. Verse 5. Persia, Ethiopia. Select it.
Who's the first name?
Persia, sir.
Who?
Persia.
Who's Persia today?
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
Would it be the Iranians?
It's not, would it be? It is the Iranians. Ding, 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 ding. It's Jibber you got it. Okay? You go to Iran's website. It says Iran, formerly known as Persia. Okay? Bear with me 1 second. The ancient Iranians, the ancient Iranians of old were called Persians. Bear with me 1 second. I have to get the door, all right?
Constant.
It's like I let one of the Akim in. All right. Iran, Persia. Don't you hear about Iran? We don't have to teach this, man. If you want to break down Ezekiel 38, just turn the news on. Okay, in the past few months. You heard about Iran roaring and running, ready to attack, saying they're going to strike America. Okay. All right. Persia, the Iranians. Read on.
Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them.
Libya, didn't you hear about Libya? Gaddafi. Gaddafi has been in the news for years. They finally killed him. Now go look at Libya now. The devil, the slave master, have you think we got rid of Gaddafi? Yeah, freedom, strip clubs in Libya, strip clubs for every corner in Libya. Libya is a damn hellhole now. Libya, they blew Libya back into the Stone Age. It's a medieval land. Okay, rulers and guns and death on every damn corner, man. They got one president that's internationally recognized. He's going to war with everybody. It's a damn free-for-all, okay, dodgeball with bullets in Libya. That's what it is right now. Okay, they're playing dodgeball with bullets. All right, come on. You want me to lock it? I gotta lock the door. That's what they're playing. Dodgeball with bullets. Libya will be in the mix as well. Bear with me 1 second.
God.
Okay, Libya, with them, with who? With the Russians. With many of these little small countries and these other little terrorist groups, that's why I hear about Ethiopia, Boko Haram, Black Hawk Down, Mogadishu, all these little terrorist groups, these small little third world countries that would normally get picked on by America, like Iran or Persia, Libya, who got picked on by America, they're gonna say, look, man, they're gonna kill all of us. We might as well band together with somebody. Who are they going to join? The Russians, the Ruskies. They're going to be coming with them. Go ahead.
In Libya with them, all of them with shields and helmets.
Shields and helmets. They're coming for war. All nations will be gathered together for war. We read about many different countries. What is a world war? A war between many different nations. Read on.
Gomer and all his bands.
Gomer and all his bands. Again, you need to understand history. Okay, Gomer formed the people you know of as the Celts, the ancient Irish, the ancient Scottish, the ancient British, Brits. Those were Japhites as well. They were descended from Gomer. They were called the Picts and the Celts. Okay, so when you read about Gomer, you read about the Central Europeans as well as the British. What does that mean today? Germany, France, the United Kingdom are going into war too. They'll be in the mix. They'll be in the fray. Belgium, Switzerland, they're going to war, man. Gomer, Central Europe. Okay, talking about the Germans, the French. Okay, Gomer is talking about the French primarily. Okay, they're going to war too. All right, read on.
Gomer and all his bands, the house.
And all his bands, meaning what? His whole crew. What do you read about today in the Middle East? A coalition. You've ever heard that term? Coalition airstrikes, coalition this against ISIS, coalition that. The coalition is listed in Ezekiel the 38th chapter. Gomer and all his bands, all his countries with him. Australia, Scotland, give me some other small countries. Austria, Canada, Gomer and all his bands. Read on.
Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah.
The house of Togarmah. Those are those odd countries up near Russia, Chechnya, Armenia, okay, Kurdistan. Go ahead.
Of the north quarters.
Of the north quarter. That's how you know what it's talking about, the north, okay? Armenia, the border in Georgia, Russia, border in the Caucasus Mountains. They're of the north quarters, okay? Right. You hear about the Kurds fighting. You hear about the Armenians. You hear about the Chechen terrorists. Okay, they'll be in the mix too. Read on.
Concert. And all of his bands and many people with thee.
Meaning this, everybody, mercenaries, you hear about private militaries, meaning this. If you have enough money, you can buy a military, okay? They're called mercenaries. You go look them up. More and more, America is not even fighting really anymore. They're just hiring mercenaries, hiring cats like Halliburton. Remember the Blackwater scandal? You guys heard about that Blackwater? That little private group that they hired that was murdering and raping Arabs, right? Blackwater and different groups like that. Everybody with him, just people, men, signing up and going to war. Go ahead,
sir. So, like, if I may add something to it, I was actually just watching a little bit of a documentary on this private military contractors. They're called PMCs, and the American government is starting to use them more and more. And apparently, that's going to be it's going to be a very, very big thing, because when somebody dies in a private military contracting company, it doesn't go on the news, and therefore they're more expendable. It's kind of like that movie. It's literally what that means. Like they're willing to send them more on dangerous missions because they won't have to worry about getting attacked by the media and all this stuff, and it's crazy.
Yeah, so that's what it is. All his bands with him, many people with him. Okay, many different nations and countries and groups. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 8, after many days thou shalt be visited.
After many days thou shalt be visited. Them and that land shall be visited. Okay. Be thou, verse 7 says, be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee. Be thou a guard unto them. Cover them up, Russia, defend them. That's what the Lord's saying here. Okay? Join together, because the Lord's going to send his anger out on these nations. After many days thou shalt be visited. They'll be visited. Who will be visited? The Middle East, the land of Israel. It'll be visited. Read on.
In the latter years, thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword.
A land that is brought back from the sword. What land is the land? First of all, what does it mean to be brought? It's brought back from the sword. Meaning what? Who knows?
Salaki, if I may, to be to basically the nation that was like ruling and oppressing you and destroying you, like to come out of that and to become a nation again.
No, not quite. When it says brought back from the sword, meaning what? The sword's on you, right? This land was brought back from the sword, meaning what? The sword was back from them. It's away from them. This was a late nation in peace. You get my point? A nation in peace. What nation is that? A nation of Yemen. Right now, there's a damn war, skirmish going on in Yemen. Yemen and Saudi Arabia is the land that put the peace. Saudi Arabia for sure. But Yemen, that little southern portion of Saudi Arabia, that was the land that was brought from the sword. That land had been peaceful for a very long time. Okay? And Saudi Arabia as well had been peaceful for a very long time without war. Okay? Read on.
and is gathered out of many people against the mountains of Israel, which have
Gathered out of many people, meaning what? Gathered out of many people, meaning many different people live here. Saudi Arabia is the land of the Arabs. The word Arab means mingled or mixed people. Okay, you got Ishmael, etc. Ishmael is largely the progenitor of the Arabs. Okay, the forefather, the descendant of the Arabs. This land is gathered out of many people. This land is Saudi Arabia. Okay, Middle East, which will come against who? The mountains of Israel, the governments of Israel. Word mountain being government. Okay, that is not talking about us, the Israelites. It's talking about the mountains of Israel, the land of Israel, the governments that rule. They'll meaning what? They'll be fighting each other in that land. Government, Saudi Arabia, and so someone else there again. Saudi Arabia and Hezbollah. You know, Israel versus Hezbollah and Iran versus Israel, fighting back and forth in that land, specifically in Saudi Arabia. Okay, read on.
Which have been always waste, but is brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely, all of them.
Meaning this, it dwells safely. They dwell in relative safety, but it's always been waste. Why has it always been waste? Because we would not see our homeland again. You get my point? It's waste because the Israelites aren't there. The Lord said he would make the land a wilderness. Okay, and that's what he did with Israel. He kicked the Israelites out, and now he's got every mutt, you know, Slav and Arab in that land. Okay, that's what that's talking about. Gathered out of many nations, always waste. They dwell safely. Read verse 9.
Thou shalt ascend and come like a storm.
How do you ascend and come like a storm? Who knows? Anyone?
Salakia sir, could come like a storm mean you come quickly onto your
Ascend,
enemies?
thou shalt, Daniel gave it to you. Thou shalt ascend and come like a storm. High above.
Could it mean high above?
Bomb them into the Stone Age. They're going to come, ascend like a cloud. How do you ascend and come like a cloud? With your planes, with your bombers. Okay? Aerial bombing is going to happen over that land, the Middle East, Israel, Saudi Arabia. Okay? F-35s, B-52s. All right? That's what it's talking about. They'll come like a cloud, meaning this. They're going to come from the sky. Matter of fact, Salakia, they'll come like a storm, Salakia, and like a cloud. They're meaning what? They're coming from the sky like a cloud. Everyone understand? All right, read on.
Thou shalt be like a cloud to cover the land, thou and all thy bands, and many people with thee.
Thou and all thy bands and many people with thee. They're going to cover, excuse me, thou shalt be like a cloud to cover them. They're going to cover the land like a cloud, high above. They're going to come down, parachute down, run in, and fly in to the Middle East. Okay? All these nations, Gomer, the French, British, Russia, Persia, Iran, Ethiopia, all those little terrorist groups in Africa. All of them are going to make a mad dash for the Middle East. So that the Most High can destroy and execute his vengeance for the Guatemalans, for the Hondurans, for the Mexicans, for the so-called West Indians, so-called Native American Indians. Without this, there will be no salvation, man. Without this, Yahweh Shai won't return. There must be war. There must be bloodshed upon these people for what they've done to us, man. You think the Most High forgot about Haitians being muzzled while picking sugarcane in subtropical heat? You think he forgot single-parent homes, all the brothers that were murdered and needlessly in Regent Park? When come to find out the government had so much money, they're giving out free money during a pandemic? You think you had to be poor in this damn place? You didn't have to be poor. You didn't have to go through what you went through at all. They made it like that because they wanted to, because they can make more money. God is going to bathe the Middle East in their blood. There's another scripture that says you're going to be burying soldiers. Listen, you're going to be burying soldiers for, I think it says 6 months, 7 months, or 7 years, something like that. You're gonna be so well employed. I'm gonna need help. Listen, I got 8 million bodies over here. Russian army, whole Russian army's dead. Can you come pick them up? So-called West Indians gonna love it. I got the bulldozer, pick up all the devils with the bulldozer. The scoop attachment, listen, the scoop attachment, wagwan. 800 shekels, man. Okay, the so-called West Indians. Mexican working 5 o'clock. Me, my Judite self, I'm going to sleep. Okay, I'm taking a nap. Y'all can handle that.
Salakia, sir.
Salakia. Go ahead.
Salakia. Okay, so you mentioned that this battle has to happen for the salvation of us. So this is basically the final battle, the final war for Christ's return, right?
Yes, I'm going to get that. The precept is in the chapter too.
Okay, so can we? So is this the same war that it's speaking about? And I'll read it in 2 Ezra 13, but right before Christ shows up, and it says,
yes.
"Oh, okay, Khan."
The exact same one. Where it says many people.
Yeah.
And then he'll come down. He'll leave off the fighting to go and fight him.
Right.
That 2 Ezra 13. That's talking about the end. Meaning what? They already gathered. They already came with shields and bucklers. They already decided who was going, Persia and Libya and all of. They're already there. Once they're there, he's going to come out the sky, and they're going to be, trespassing. Can't do that. It's a black man in the goddamn sky. We're not going to take it. And okay.
So that's just to be clear that what it's speaking about in 2 Ezra 13. That's the battle of Gog and Magog.
World War III. That's how I would say.
World War III.
When Christ returns, Christ's going to come out the sky, and Canadians are going to think, "Let's card him, eh? Hey, excuse me, where are you?" Okay, can I see your license and registration? Ed rolling before he can even say license and registration. Okay, they're going to think the card Christ, and Christ is not going to be doing any talking. That's in the Bible. He's not going to be doing any talking. He's not going to say, "Why did you do this?" When he comes, there's just going to be killing. That's all that's going to start happening. That's in the Bible. He won't talk. He'll be quiet. Okay, this is going to be killing, and that's it. And everyone's going to know why. Everyone will know why. Okay, after George Floyd, after Breonna Taylor, after Chantel Moore, after what they did to the First Nations, the Wet'suwet'en pipeline, everyone's going to know why this large black man is killing all over the planet Earth. It's not going to be a secret. All right, and leading people into slavery and screaming at people and whipping people and breaking bones and all that. It's not going to be secret, and he's going to be absolutely. It's going to be absolutely brutal. It's not going to be nothing. It's going to be nothing. It isn't something to yay. It's going to be great. It's not going to be a good day. Not at all. But it's a day that has to happen. All right. It's a day that has to happen. Now, ISUPK, we're not bloodthirsty, man. We're not going to get joy, in the sense of we're going to have joy over ruling over them. We're not going to have joy over slaughtering across the earth, man. That's not going to be joy and, fun, something we look forward to. We're not bloodthirsty like in Canada, America. But this day is going to have to happen. The Lord's going to use Israelites to get it done, along with Yahushua and the angels. And this is a day that has to happen. This is a day he's going to set up and erect on this earth. They started this war. And the Lord, the Most High, is going to finish it, man. Okay? It's going to be a sad day, but it's a day that's got to happen. It's in the scriptures. All right? So we're breaking it down today. World War III. Okay? Read verse 10, all right?
Thus says the Lord God, shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought.
They'll think an evil thought, meaning who? Gog and Magog, the Russians. You got Syria. I just talked about that. The Syrian war, 400,000 dead. Iraq war. I think they killed 2 or 3 million Iraqis. You can go look that up. You had the Iraq-Iran war, 1.1 million dead. You already having wars. You already having them cover the Middle East over like a cloud. Israel getting attacked every other day. Okay. Whenever an Arab gets money on the Cash App in Lebanon, he's throwing a hot one over to Israel. Okay, hot potato. They throwing rockets over there every damn day. Okay, so you're already seeing this go on. While this is going on, they'll think an evil thought. The Russians. Go ahead.
Verse 11. And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages.
Unwalled villages. Go ahead.
Unwalled villages. Salaki.
Mm-hmm.
I will go to them that are. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely. All of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates.
That land of unwalled villages would be Saudi Arabia, chiefly Yemen, the land of Yemen. The land of Yemen, they didn't have, strong military power and might and all that. The conflict over there right now. They're thinking that they're going to go in and take it. They're thinking they're going to go in and take Saudi Arabia. Okay, read on.
Verse 12. To take a spoil and to take a prey, to turn thine hand upon thy desolate places that are now inhabited, and upon the people that are gathered out of the nations, which have gotten cattle and goods that dwell in the midst of the land.
What's another country that's good for that? Unwalled villages, dwelling safely. What's that country all those wars are trying to go to in the Middle East? Dubai. That's that country. Dubai. That's another one too. They're gonna get bombed to hell. Okay, Dubai, United Arab Emirates, all that. Okay, Kuwait. Okay, Russians are gonna think to invade that whole land from east to west on that area of Saudi Arabia. We're gonna show you in a verse or two. Go ahead. Matter of fact, yeah, read verse 13.
Verse 13. Sheba and Dedan.
Who?
Dedan?
Sheba and Dedan. Does anyone know who Sheba is today? What land is that? Officer Adiyar, do you know?
Slovakia, sir.
Go ahead.
Is Sheba Kush?
Yes, but no, it's not. It's not Ethiopia.
Concept.
Sheba is the southern portion of Saudi Arabia. They call Yemen. Okay, that's the land that they trying to fight over and skirmish over, and that they think they're going to go ahead and take for strategy to take and rob and steal. Okay, and it's going to lead them to do what? It's going to lead them to invade Saudi Arabia. When you see the Russians invade Saudi Arabia, you can pack your bags. That's it. Okay, you can pack your bags. That's it. One you call Christ is going to return. All right.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Salakia, sir. So in that time when that's happening, we're obviously not gonna be a part of that war. If I'm correct.
No.
Okay, so now so what will we be doing while stuff is going crazy and Gog and Magog, World War III is happening? What will we specifically in the ISUPK, what will we be doing at that time?
Okay, we'll be going to camp. Okay, we'll be going to camp as often as we can. We'll be building ourselves up. What are we doing during the COVID? Had class. You guys had camp. You guys went out. In the threat of a global pandemic, you wanted to have camp. What are we going to do during World War III? The exact same damn thing. We're going to adhere to their precautions. Whatever they say is lawful, blah, blah, blah. We're going to do it not like slaves. We're going to do it just so that we can get our job done. You get my point? That's all we're going to do. All right?
So we're not going to – so that's not the time when we flee into the wilderness?
No, we're not fleeing. We're not fleeing into anywhere. The fleeing into the wilderness is precepted with what? We will be caught up with him in the air. We're getting taken out of here. Swing low, sweet chariot, UFOs coming and picking people up. They know about this. Chariots are coming to give us a ride. We're going to get a ride to a place without civilization, a place devoid of civilization. Is it Africa? Probably not. Okay, it could be somewhere in Africa. It could be somewhere in could be somewhere in Australia. It could be somewhere, places in Southeast Asia nobody goes to. It could be somewhere in China. It could be somewhere in Russia, Siberia, North Pole, South Pole, wherever. The Israelites that are chosen to be saved with the 144,000 are going to be taken into the wilderness. And what it will be is it will be class in session, training camp. Be no more, I missed class, I missed camp. Be no more, I had slavery, so I couldn't come. You know, more I was in an apartment with my family, so I couldn't listen because I had arguments. That BS is gone. There's no distractions. You're going to learn and you're going to train. 144,000 are going to train the men that were chosen to be an army. Who are the men that were chosen to lead? According to the Bible, it's the 1/3. We hope all Israel be saved out of this place. Okay, but in any event, a portion with the Israelites will be saved. Those Israelites are people in Canada that, you know, they drop money in the bucket, or they help us out when the police give us problems in Montreal, or they, you know, are not in the school. They can't do what we do. They don't have the strength, but they tune into class, they change their lives, and they pay their tithes. Those people are the people that are the 1/3. The people that help us, the people that, you know, lodge us and take us into their homes. You'll meet people like that. Okay, and there'll be people like that that'll be on a ship, not knowing why in the hell they're on it. And Christ will say this to them. The angels will say this to them: "Inasmuch as ye have helped, as ye have clothed, ye have fed the least of me, ye have done it to me." You understand? That's a precept you can use. Okay, go ahead, Trooper Josh. Matter of fact, so like everyone will be there. All right, in the wilderness. How you know who the 144,000 is versus everyone else is saved, all the other men? How do you know who the ISUPK is versus everyone else? It's obvious. It's obvious who the soldiers are, who the civilians are. It'll be obvious in that day as well. Okay, go ahead, Jarash.
No, yeah, Slag, yeah, you're just confirming what. So yeah, I didn't mean like flee as in running away. I just meant like, was that the time that we'll be going to the wilderness? Like,
okay, the wilderness will be around. Okay, we'll be up in the chariots. You know, while they start throwing the nuclear weapons at each other, we'll be up in the chariots. The men that make it, men and women that make it, be up in the chariots. Then we'll go, brothers and sisters that make it, will go down to a place devoted to civilization. It'll be a distance away from the epicenter of World War III. When I say where, know the hell I can. Listen, I read an article. You can't teach this, but I read an article. They're saying there's a continent that's underwater right now. Okay, and it could come up at any moment. So who the hell knows where it could be? Okay, I'm not saying that it's a continent underwater. It could be Africa. It could be Australia. It could be, you know, northern Canada. Who knows? It's a place where no one will be. Okay, we'll be able to be on our own. We'll be distracted with, oh yeah, Dontavius, can you come in to Timmy's at 7? I need you to make coffee for 12 hours. Won't be any of that. Won't be, yeah, can you come fix this for me? Can you come fix my painting? Can you come put these nails in? Juan, Eduardo, my lawn needs cutting. It won't be any of that BS. They'll be too busy getting killed and running from nuclear weapons. Okay, we'll be able to train. All right, and that's what will happen. 1/3 with 144,000. What I would do, man, is I'd try to be the 144,000. Now you're already in class. Why spend all these hours to not get there? You get my point? You spend all these hours to just keep doing what you're doing. You'll be teaching people. You got Israelites from, you know, China and Guangdong, you know, people that, you know, you don't even know, like, who the hell is that? He's Israelite. Okay, and he got on. He's Israelite somewhere down the line. You know, Lord be with him. You get my point? He's Israelite. Cat in, you know, Portugal. You know, people in, you know, Israelites, Black Latinos and natives in France. I'm reading an article. They're saying they took Haitians over to France. And in I think it's in Nature Knows No Color Line, they have since disappeared in the white population. Cats like that, if they help us, you'll see in the wilderness, and that's that. You get my point? There's gonna be people from every nation, Israelites from every nation, just like Michael Jordan, born in Italy. You know, there's Naomi Osaka over there in Japan. We're everywhere. Blacks, Latinos, and natives, primarily though in the Western Hemisphere, in the North. Okay, North America. All right, and the Americas themselves. Okay, they're going to be gathered and teaching and learning, and then when it's time, the 144,000 with the army will be dropped, and we'll just go across the earth and kick the teeth out of everybody. If they want to go hide in the moon, you'll knock on the door of the moon, tear the door off, and carry the slavery from the moon. They're talking about going to Mars. If they go anywhere, just know this: they're going to get captured and put in slavery. All right, the Lord will give you the ability to go to Mars or whatever, however it'll be done. They're going in handcuffs, wherever. Okay, to fly to the moon, we got to make a pit stop in Mars. Okay, there's 15. Elon Musk is hiding in Mars. Justin Trudeau is a hideout in the western corner of Mars. He's getting captured and going into slavery. All right, at the hand of the Most High. All right. That's right. So whatever armies and all that's left is going to get wiped out by the Israelites. Whoever's chosen to go into slavery, they'll go into slavery, and then they'll start building Jerusalem. They'll start rebuilding the earth. The earth's going to be covered in blood and, you know, death and destruction. They're going to rebuild it, and they're going to start building Jerusalem. Jerusalem will be rebuilt, just like it's always been rebuilt. You can read about all this. You can read about. Numbers would be a good one for the wilderness. We taught, we learned. People made mistakes and all that. That BS isn't happening on this side. You can read about Ezra, the rebuilding of the temple. That's how it's going to work. It's going to get rebuilt like it's always been rebuilt. All right.
Slovakia, sir.
Go ahead.
Just to on topic, question on topic. Okay, so then at that time, is that when? Now, when I was in the world, I heard this. I don't know if it's true, but well, is that when Esau will be cleaning up the mess that he made on the earth, or is that something else?
Yes, all the nations will. They're going to clean up all the mess that they made. They're going to rebuild their countries. They're going to bring us money. They're going to give us all their money. Tribute. They're going to pay tribute. Going to be they're going to be crushed and enslaved for a period of time. The Edomites they're not going to get mercy. There's not going to be any letting up on them. They're just going to be enslaved until they're gone. All right. The East Indians, there'll always be East Indians. There'll always be, there'll always be Chinese. There'll always be Africans. There'll always be Arabs. Okay. And they'll be allowed to live, be allowed to go back in their land. They'll be subservient to us. And they can't serve, Allah, and Islam, and Buddha, and all that. They'll serve the God of Israel, but they'll be left alone. Edomites will not be. They won't. Be gone. All right.
And then so Salakia, so Edom will be gone, and then how do I word this? Like the other nations that are left, like as you said, they'll always be there. What kind of dealings will we have with them, as far as obviously not relationship wise or anything like that, but business? Like, will there be like some sort of like, how Solomon did business with other nations to help?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that wasn't unlawful for him to do that.
Right.
Do business with them, trade with them, and all that. Go into business ventures with them. You can't have sex with their daughter, and they can't have sex with your daughter.
Right.
That's all. As simple as that. But yeah, you can make business deals with them. You can go into business partnerships and trade with them. That's what will be going on. Okay, but it'll be in righteousness. They can't get over on us. We're not gonna get over on them above what the scriptures say after the period of slavery is over. All right.
Khan.
That's how it'll work. If you go back, let's go back to Ezekiel 38. All right. Should be right. Ezekiel 38 and 13. All right.
Khan. Sheba and Dan and the merchants of Tarish with all.
Go ahead.
With all the young lions thereof shall say unto thee, art thou come to take a spoil? Hast thou gathered thy company to take a prey? To carry silver and gold, to take away cattle and goods, to take a great spoil?
To take a great spoil. Okay, they're gonna come and try and invade Yemen, southern portion of Saudi Arabia, as well as Saudi Arabia. Merchants of Tarshish, the Europeans, the EU, they'll be like, look, man, you're going to come and rob them? Is that what you're going to do? They're going to have something to say about it when Russia invades. Read verse 14.
Verse 14. Therefore, son of man, prophesy and say unto God, thou says the Lord God, in thy day, when my people of Israel dwell safely, shalt thou not know it.
My people of Israel is not talking about the Israelites. And my people of Israel is talking about the people that live in the land of Israel. Why is he saying that his people? If you go to First Kings, I think it's 2 Kings 17. First Kings, I think 2 Kings 17, when the heathen went into that land, they had to operate based on the laws of the Most High to stop the lions from attacking them. Everyone remember that? The people that are in the Most High's land always had an obligation to, always knew that they had to do something what he said. You get my point? They had to serve him. You get my point? In one way or another, they did it the right way in back in the day. Today, it's just a time that's given to them to try over the holy city, try over our land. Okay, his people of Israel, not talking about the Israelites, we're not over there in large numbers. Okay, that is talking about is the people that's over there. Why are they called his people? Because they live in his lands. Everyone understand the difference?
Khan out of one Khan.
All right, Khan.
Khan out of one Khan.
So read verse 15.
Khan out of one Khan. Verse 15. And thou shalt come from thy place out of the north parts.
Out of the north parts. What is the north part? Russia. They're going to come out of Russia, out of the Soviet Union, to come down to the Middle East, to Israel, to my people Israel. I mean, the people that live in that land in the Middle East, in what is now known as Israel. Keep going.
Khan out of one Khan. Thou and many people with thee, all of them riding upon horses, a great company and a mighty army.
Right, they're going to be in tanks, they're going to be in Humvees, etc. They're going to be a mighty army. Go ahead.
Verse 16. And thou shalt come up against my people of Israel as a cloud to cover the land. It shall be in the latter days. And I will bring thee against thy land, that the heathen may know me, when I shall be sanctified in thee, O God, before their eyes.
He's going to be sanctified. He's going to be cleansed. The Lord is going. The earth is going to know the name and the reputation of the Most High through what He does to the Russian army. Much like they know His reputation through what? Through what He did to the Egyptians. What He's about to do to these nations when they come into the Middle East is going to be biblical. Everybody's going to know the name of the Most High. It's not refreshing people's minds. People think they can run around, be hoes, whores, have sex with whores, OnlyFans, and be prostitutes and all that, sell drugs and murder and kill, because they think, oh yeah, it's cool, man. My homie from the block said it. The woman up the street said it. It's cool. And people don't know God, so you can understand. They don't know the Most High. They're going to know Him in a second. Okay, after what He's going to do to these armies. Read on.
Khan out of one Khan, verse 17. Thus says the Lord God, art thou He of whom I have spoken in old time by my servants.
Drop down to verse 18 for the point. All right. So I said earlier, Trooper Duraj, this will be the final battle. All right. These two scriptures, these two verses, you can use to prove that. Go ahead.
Khan out of one Khan.
Khan out of one Khan. Khan. Verse 18, sir.
Yes. Go ahead.
Khan out of one Khan. Verse 18. And it shall come to pass at the same time, when God shall come against the land of Israel, says the Lord God, that my fury shall come up in my face.
See that's what proves what I'm saying about my people of Israel. It's people of the land of Israel. It's talking about the land of Israel. When they come up, when God invades Israel, the Middle East, in full force, Saudi Arabia, the land of Israel, then the Lord's fury is going to come up in His face, Trooper Duraj. Then he's gonna step in. Okay, read on.
Verse 19. For in my jealousy, and in thy fire of my wrath have I spoken. Surely in that day there shall be a great shaking in the land of Israel.
Yeah, there's going to be shaking. Shaking from what? Destruction, bombs hitting, and then the angels with the one the world calls Christ, the Yahushua. Verses 20, 21 through 22 talk about this, through 23 through the rest of the chapter talk about the same thing. He's gonna call for a sword against him, that all his mountains, his powers, his governments, all the land. He's gonna call a sword throughout against him by all these governments, all these armies. Every man's sword is going to be against his brother. This is World War III. How do you know it's World War III? Because of the nations, all these nations, the powerful nations coming up against the land of Israel, coming up against each other in the Middle East. Okay, when they do that, Most High's fury is going to come in his face. Compare this with 2 Ezra 13. While they're all fighting each other and doing this, Christ, Yahushua, is going to return. While they're killing each other, Christ is going to return. Yahushua is going to return, and He's going to slaughter them. He's going to slaughter them, destroy them by the law that proceeds out of His mouth. Meaning what? By what He said in this book, the Bible, what the Scripture says, is going to destroy them because of what they've done.
Right.
So precept it with that. You can also precept it with there's a scripture in Revelation. Give me the beast shall hate the whore real quick. Okay, hold on. Revelation 17:16. Okay, also the 10 horns, the common markets of the EU, the European Union, They're going to turn against America, the whore. America is the great whore. Okay? America is the great whore. She sits on many waters. America, the nation of America, first of all, geographically, it sits on what? It sits on 2 oceans. Not many countries can say that. Their nation is bordered by 2 oceans and the sea. You got the Caribbean Sea, Pacific and Atlantic Ocean. America is the whore that sits on many waters. And she's got navies everywhere, militaries everywhere. America is the whore. Lady Liberty is her one of her main symbols. Go ahead.
So you said that
Revelation 17:16. Go ahead.
That America sits in many what? Sorry, many waters.
America is the whore that sitteth upon many waters. Okay, the great whore which sitteth upon many waters in the book of Revelation. The geography of America tells you that. It shows you that America is next to the Caribbean Sea and 2 oceans. Not many nations can say that. Okay, it sits on many waters, and the Navy is everywhere. It's amazing how many military bases America has. They're everywhere. Okay, they're on many waters. Okay.
Salakia.
Go ahead, Zabadja.
I was just going to add on that even if you count Canada as part of the Americas, it has the Arctic Sea as well. Both the Arctic, because you have the South Americas.
Exactly. Okay. The great whore, primarily though, speaking about America. Canada will be part of the. Okay, it's not listed as part of the 10 horns, but they are buddies with them, close with them. Okay, and the 10 horns are going to come up against America. This is in the Bible. Read.
Revelation 17:16.
Right.
And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore.
These shall hate the whore. Okay. These 10 horns are the European nations and their derivatives: Australia, Austria, the UK, Scotland, Ireland. Okay, Switzerland, Austria. Just to name a few. These nations are going to come up against America. Okay? Read on. Along with the bigger ones, Germany, France, Britain, etc. Go ahead.
And shall make her desolate.
They're going to make her desolate. They're going to attack America. Go ahead.
And shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire.
Yeah, they're going to devour. So the European Union is going to come up against America. That's what that's talking about. Okay, in the midst of World War III, that's going to happen as well. All right, they're going to fire at America from ships, from other countries, etc. America's going to be fired upon. America's going to be lit on fire finally by the one you call Christ-like. America's going to be destroyed by thermonuclear war. Okay, America's going to be the lake of fire. It's going to be it's just going to be a giant bed of fire. That's America. And after that, it's going to be the largest desert on the planet Earth, the United States of America. Okay, Canada, to give you something about Canada, Canada's going to try and get in the mix. Canada's going to get smacked in the damn teeth, okay? We're going to get smacked in the teeth dealing with these nations, okay? Canada should just, do the best they can and ride with America, but the Lord is going to destroy Canada along with America, okay? Along with Europe, along with Russia, all right? And blacks, like so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans will be saved. This is our salvation. We read about your salvation. That's how it's going to happen. The man that has bullied you, he's going to get bullied, man. He's going to lose his seat. He's going to lose his power. Right. East Indians, North Koreans, Chinese, Russians, etc., man. All right. So I posted the sign out link, Facebook, YouTube. I'm going to go ahead and tune out. Also, Adi, do you have the announcements? Say the announcement, we'll do the salute, and we'll end class, all right?
ISUPK security announcement. We are the ISUPK started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limit for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves for the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will get permission. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, number 18, verse 21. Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. Means tenth in Hebrew, Mashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming Holy Convocation, stay in tune for the Passover. Well, if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boot, shirts, pants, headband, and scarf.
Go ahead. I'll call it. With that being said, I imagine, which means to stand. Men and visitor, we're going to get one courtesy salute. Men and visitor, Shabbat. I imagine. Barak. Yahweh Shem Yahweh. Right thumb, Salakia. Yajim for the sisters. Sisters, I imagine Shabbat. Right hand clasp over left like so. Feet at a 45-degree angle with your head down. When we say Barak, put the right hand over your chest and repeat the salute after us. Men of Israel, we're going to give the sisters one courtesy salute. Imagine Shabbat. Imagine Barak. Yahweh Shamar. Repeat after us. Yahweh Shamar. Hashem Yahweh Shai. Lord, watch over you in the name of Christ, Yahweh Shai. All right, Yajim Atah, which means hands down. Class is dismissed. The water.